Yeah. So, well, I like the idea though that like everyone's just running away from homeless people. They're like,
Yeah.
they're all in LA. Let's go to fucking
Well,
Texas.
there's
No homeless people.
Yeah, it's kind of a nationwide
Does it
thing.
bother you that much?
It is nationwide.
It's nationwide. LA's got there's a lot of problems. So when you drive in LA, you go, it is very difficult because you have these every show in LA is about real estate. Every single
you
show
mean like
is
all the reality shows?
Sunset,
Yeah.
Million Dollar. And there is an irony that when you drive through the streets, you just see tents, and then every pop culture representation of LA is like,
well, you know what I love?
Closer, and it's
what would be a really good reality show is like, homeless reality.
Yes.
Where like, because I know they fight over nice tents, nice spots.
There are
That could be
tents that are
interesting.
better than other tents. That's a fact.
Yeah.
I'm not even trying to be insensitive. There are things you look at and you go,
There's class issues going on.
There's
among
fights
the homeless.
all over the place.
Yeah. That's interesting.
But no, LA has that unique issue because the policies are not great, but it's the weather too. If you're going to be homeless somewhere, this is a good weather place to be homeless.
My take on the homeless problem in LA
Yeah.
and all over California is that people travel from all over the country,
Yeah.
specifically to LA. So you have other states.
That's right.
They have their people who are homeless for whatever reason coming here because the policies are good for homeless
Right.
people.
I say
the
let's
weather's
be
good.
proud of it.
Yeah.
Let's go the other way.
But it's like
Let's just go. We are the top homeless destination in the world.
Right.
I take friends now that come when they visit. I take them to Skid Row, and I'm proud of it. I go, there's 10,000 people right here,
It is-
and many of
it
them are
is
like
special.
disturbed. And I go, what the hell's wrong with you? And they go, this is horrible. I go, why? Because you have a house. I go, this is great. Like I say, let's be proud of it. Let's just listen. LA's a great place. You got to be a little bit of a sociopath to enjoy it. And that's okay. You have to be a little bit. You can't focus on every image.
Right.
You can't focus on every person you see giving birth on the street. You have to just go to the meeting. You do.
Yeah. But so my thing is like the whole country sending their homeless people, and I feel like we need some federal funding to deal with this massive problem. It can't
Yeah.
just be the state's responsibility to take like a whole country's
Yeah,
worth
part of it is the
homeless.
high rises too. Like LA hates high rises, so New York
Yeah.
is better suited to deal with this because they have high rises, right? So when people talk about building 30,000 units of affordable housing, the idea that if many of them are in a few buildings, it's much easier to do than building 30,000 single family, or two, three family. Yeah.
One of the big crises of LA is the
Yeah.
zoning is
Right.
insane, right? They don't let you build up. There's only a few streets.
There's a few because a lot of people just don't want the views ruined, or they don't like vertical living.
Or they don't want.
Yeah.
They probably just don't want riffraff or whatever coming to their.
Whatever it is, yeah. But I mean, so there's definitely issues here, but there's issues everywhere.
Yeah,
Everywhere
so you went
go.
to Texas.
Yeah.
And there was homeless people there.
Not as many, but there were a few.
Okay.
And they're there. There's everything. There's problems everywhere.
I don't think you can move away from homeless. Like, if it
Yeah,
bothers
Well,
you,
no, a lot of people who move
Yeah.
to Texas, I hear them going, like, amongst all the other reasons, they go, I'm getting away from all the homelessness. I just love the
crazy.
idea of running, like rich-ass people
Yeah.
just running away from
Well,
homelessness.
it's weird because rich people weren't that affected by home
At all.
Right,
Not.
exactly.
You're,
They're in
you're
the
off
nice-
Coldwater Canyon. You're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
living
No.
in Skid Row.
No.
But no, there's violence everywhere. There's problems everywhere. There was a mass shooting in Austin when I was there. Like on 6th Street where everybody gets drunk and brandishes weapons and so there's going to be problems everywhere. You just have to come to grips with the fact that you'll probably die and it will probably be violently. I mean, wherever, you know what I mean? Is wherever
I do not want to come to grips with that.
Well, no, sure.
I would like to avoid that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we do about it? What's your solution?
Oh, I mean, I think it's a problem that it's very tough. What you would need to do, I think, is number one, get on board that it's a problem because LA is so big that like Manhattan Beach has nothing to do with Beverly Hills, that has nothing to do with
Right.
Pasadena, that has nothing to do with downtown.
Sure.
So you really got to get on board that it's a problem, and then you gotta really, I think you got to have that conversation about vertical living, to be quite honest.
Right.
I really do think, because everyone who goes, I'm going to build 30, and I haven't studied the issue, but like, it does seem, I go to New York, I go, well, what's different here? And they go, we have massive buildings where we can give people space, units.
Yeah,
I think that might be part of the thing.
That's actually a really good
Makes a lot of
point. I
sense.
think that's been a huge problem in LA. That's
Yeah.
why the housing market here is so fucked up. There's literally not enough houses for people here.
There's and people get pushed out, and it's so and then so I think that like that seems to be just from a standpoint of looking at the actual setup of the city. That seems to be one of the contributing factors.
I think you're right on the nose there. I
might be
wasn't
right.
I wasn't expecting like a pretty good answer to that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
just kinda
or
threw
we
it out
could
there.
build them a mall.
Oh,
Because
okay.
we build them a mall. Rick Caruso built the Grove.
Yeah.
And I think if we built a mall just for homeless people,
What kind of stores would they have in there?
the things they need,
Right.
and let them play in the fountain, and let
Right.
them go on the
Bathe.
trolley. The Grove has a little, let them go on the train. This could energize them. I don't know. This is a guess.